This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm C.S. Scatterly. Minister of State for Finance, the Honorable Michael Halkitis, says government successfully reduced debt and saved thousands of civil service jobs despite meeting a $550 million deficit when it entered office in 2012. He says this was achieved by partly cutting spending, the introduction of value-added tax, and modernizing some government agencies like the Road Traffic and Customs Departments. With a mix of these approaches, he says government was able to avoid throwing the economy into another recession when growth rates around the world were slow. In other business news, this summer, 7 University of the Bahamas students were afforded the opportunity to gain industry experience and professional skills through paid internships with member firms of the Association of International Banks and Trust Companies in Nassau and a Spanish immersion program in Mexico. The annual 4 to 6 week internships is part of AIBT's mandate to provide professional development opportunities for current and future leaders of the financial services industry through its annual Nassau Conference and associated initiatives. The interns were selected from a group of exceptional UB students who attended last year's conference presented by AIBT and supported by the Ministry of Financial Services as the lead sponsor. And in international news, after a painful 2-year price war against U.S. shale, the Saudi Arabia-led cartel finally blinked this week by agreeing to stop flooding the world with excess supply. OPEC's first production cut since 2008 reflects a recognition that hopes of drowning U.S. producers with cheap oil has failed to kill the American oil boom. In fact, the price collapse crushed the budgets of Saudi Arabia and other OPEC producers, creating financial stress that was unthinkable just years ago. Moreover, U.S. frackers have emerged from the oil crash stronger and leaner than before. Now they're positioned to ramp up output at prices that were once too low to survive on. Ultimately, OPEC decided the financial pain inflicted by the collapse of crude trumped the benefits of continuing to push out producers like the U.S. that tend to need higher prices. This has been your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm C.S. Scatterly.